Have you ever wondered how maple syrup is made? This sweet, amber-colored delight that graces our pancakes, waffles, and even finds its way into a variety of savory dishes has a history as rich as its flavor. Maple syrup has been a beloved part of our culinary landscape for centuries, and it's no ordinary sweetener. It began as a gift from nature, discovered by the indigenous peoples of North America. Fast forward to today, and it's predominantly produced in the frosty regions of Canada and the northeastern United States. The journey of maple syrup is a testament to the ingenuity of humans who have learned to harness and refine the bounty of the earth. From its humble beginnings as tree sap, to its transformation into a thick, sweet liquid, the making of maple syrup is a fascinating process. It's a blend of age-old tradition and modern techniques. Now let's delve into the process that transforms a simple tree sap into this sweet delight. The journey of maple syrup begins in a forest, specifically a maple tree. But not just any maple tree. The sugar maple with its high sugar content and the red maple, known for its abundance, are ideal for syrup production. These trees, aged at least 40 years, are mature enough to withstand the tapping process. Now, the role of weather conditions in sap production is crucial. The magic happens in late winter or early spring when the nights are still freezing, but the days start to warm up. This fluctuation in temperature creates pressure within the trees, causing the sap to flow. As the warmth of spring creeps in, the forest awakens. It's at this point that the sap collection process begins. Taps are carefully inserted into the trees, and slowly but surely, the clear, slightly sweet sap starts to trickle out. Once the trees are tapped and the sap starts flowing, it's time for the next step. The raw sap collected from maple trees is not sweet yet, so how does it become the syrup we love? Well, the magic begins with a process that's as old as time, yet as sophisticated as any modern culinary technique: boiling. This humble, yet crucial step, is where the sap starts its transformation into the rich, golden syrup we all adore. Here's what happens. The sap, which is about 98% water when it's tapped from the tree, is placed into a large container over heat. This is where the process of evaporation begins. By applying heat to the sap, the water content begins to reduce, leaving behind the concentrated sugars. And it's not just about the sugars. The boiling process also helps develop the syrup's signature color and flavor. As the sap boils, the heat causes chemical reactions to take place, giving the syrup its characteristic amber hue and distinct complex sweetness. It's a delicate balance of nature and science, and a testament to the beauty of simple processes yielding extraordinary results. Now let's talk about temperature. It plays a pivotal role in this process. The boiling point of sap is slightly higher than that of water, and it's this subtle difference that allows the water to evaporate while the sugars remain. But this is where careful monitoring comes into play. You see, if the sap is boiled too long or at too high a temperature, it can burn, leading to a bitter flavor. So it's crucial to maintain a steady, controlled heat and to keep a watchful eye on the pot. This boiling process, this dance of heat, sugar, and water, is not a quick one. It can take hours, even days, to transform the raw sap into concentrated syrup. But once it reaches the right consistency, color, and sweetness, it's time to move to the next step. The sap has now been transformed into a sweet syrup, but we're not finished yet. So, stick around as we delve into the final touches that make maple syrup the beloved condiment it is today. The freshly boiled syrup is now ready for the final steps of the process. Taste, color, and clarity are the three pillars of the maple syrup grading system. But before we get there, we have to ensure our syrup is as pure as can be. This is where the filtering process comes into play. Filtering is an essential step to remove any residual sugar sand or impurities. Sugar sand, which is a natural byproduct of boiling sap, can give the syrup a gritty texture if not removed. A specialized filter press is often used to ensure that the syrup is crystal clear, leaving us with a smooth and pure product. Once we have our filtered syrup, it's time for grading. This isn't a school test, but it's just as important. The grading system for maple syrup is based on color and taste. The lighter the syrup, the higher the grade, and the more delicate the flavor. But don't be fooled. Even the darkest grade of syrup, with its robust flavor, has its own charm and is perfect for cooking. Now, for the final act, packaging. The hot syrup is immediately poured into sterilized containers to ensure freshness and longevity. The containers are sealed while the syrup is still hot to create a vacuum, which helps preserve the syrup. And just like that, our maple syrup is ready to be enjoyed. So, there you have it. The journey of maple syrup from tree to table. From the frosty forests where our story begins, with the gathering of the sap from the maple trees, to the boiling process that transforms the thin, watery sap into a sweet, syrupy delight, the journey of maple syrup is truly a testament to human ingenuity. It begins in the chill of late winter when the sap starts to flow in the maple trees. The sap is collected, a laborious process that requires time, patience, and a keen eye for the right trees. The sap is then transported to the sugar shack, where it's carefully boiled. This boiling process is a delicate one, requiring constant attention to ensure the sap doesn't burn, and the syrup doesn't become too thick or too thin. Once the sap has been boiled down into syrup, it must go through a filtering process to remove any impurities. After the syrup has been filtered, it's time for grading. The grading process is crucial, as it determines the flavor and color of the final product. Finally, after all this hard work, the syrup is ready for packaging. It's poured into bottles, ready to be shipped off to stores and kitchens around the world. The next time you pour maple syrup on your pancakes, remember the fascinating process behind it. It's not just a sweet topping, but a labor of love, a product of patience, and a testament to the beauty of nature.